Now then, so we have a car hunt for the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera and the exclusive event Ultimate Legacy Part 1. This DBS Superleggera, if you watched the video myself and Ziggy put out on the channel, I'll put a link to it in the description and a pinned comment on this video. But yeah, this DBS Superleggera is required as a part of the British season coming up. And on the global version of the game, this car came in 2 seasons ago into the Legend store for, I think it's like one of the ones is 26k credits, but a relatively cheap car to buy in the Legend store, and Global would have had that for 2 entire seasons to be able to purchase it before the special event came out. Now, the Switch version doesn't have it in the Legend store. It was there for a very short period of time, and then it was quickly removed. And so yeah, people are obviously worried about this car because you can't really do the special event in the upcoming season without this one. But yeah, so there's this car hunt announced for it, and yeah, it's one of the first car hunts in months where there's a limit on the number of actual blueprints that you can get for this. So it is just limiting it from people being able to just max out the car, which is like possibly in line with how this would have ran originally during the Batista event when this ran on Global, which we never got. But realistically, there shouldn't be a limit to car hunts in the Switch version, and definitely it's very worrying going into the British season still, because like you will not be able to start this car up to at least definitely not to max the way this is. So not only is that limited, the exclusive event has some blueprints as well inside there, and I go into those. But if you check inside the shop, you'll notice the fact that there is a limit of 50 being placed on the actual packs here for it. So it's limited that way that you can't just spam it out and upgrade it with by firing tokens at this one. Side note here quickly, by the way, these packs, yeah, if you do go to buy those, be very careful with the option of buy one, get one free. Yeah, if that pops up when you're buying those, if you intend on buying all 50, just keep in mind that you cannot get the guaranteed blueprints from the last pack if you buy any of those buy one, get one frees. So say if I buy 10 of that, it'll go down by 10 to 40, but if you get the option of buy one, get one free, then it'll knock you down to 38. And then like 28, 18 and 8, and you can't buy the last 8 as a 10 pack, so you would miss out on the last set of guaranteed blueprints. So just do be mindful of that if you are going down the route of trying to unlock the Superleggera using those tokens. And another thing that's missing as well over here is the hunter packs are not available in game at the moment. And I will just refer to this. Thank you to the CEO of Saggy Doors, that's a name. But yeah, asking, there's no hunter packs for the DBS, is this intentional? To which the reply was just, yes, that is intentional. So do keep in mind that means that the car is being deliberately like limited in terms of its availability, and also these hunter packs offer 1 blueprint for €2. And the car needs 45 to unlock. So I don't know, it seems very, very strange to stop the player from being able to buy blueprints for this car for a low-ish amount. I wouldn't normally go with these hunter packs, but like they're obviously one way to get the car tuned up. But what this means is that Switch players will absolutely not be able to go into that new event with the car maxed out. But yeah, that means I'd still be very much playing a wait and see game with buying the British season, because that is concerning for a number of reasons. They could just change around the event based on that, but at the same time it's sort of undermining the confidence that players would have just for nothing really. Because like if they were doing like interesting events and stuff to do with the Switch, I would understand the fact that you would go, oh, that's cool, maybe there'll be something good. But as I mentioned in that long video that myself and Ziggy did, it's not really like there's any confidence from the player base that they won't do something shitty. So I don't know, I wouldn't be trying to conceal it if the idea was we're going to shock them and it's going to be good for the players, because your players are probably just going to be very apprehensive about buying that British season. And I would strongly advise anyone, especially if you're missing any of the support cars that, like I said, myself and Ziggy go through it all in a longer video, But anyone who's missing those videos, I'd strongly recommend not getting that season pass, at least not up front. Now, I did notice some people were saying that they were having some slight issues with the Cien concept on this, and I guess if you didn't have it fully tuned, because that is a junker of a car. But I said just show the pathway that I use on this track. If you are just farming this out, you can use the Lambo Hurricane Evo and the Grand Sport, just farm that one out with like touch drive, no input. It doesn't, no bothers, except for one run where AI decided to put me into the wall. I think those AI might have a warrant out for me or so. But yeah, this Cadillac Cien though, definitely the kind of junker of this. But the subterranean dash isn't a difficult stage really. You just need to, like, especially with the Cien concept, just leave it run up to speed by not drifting too much in this car, because it does not handle drifting very well at all. And then just make sure, like where it says the subterranean dash, yeah, you need to kind of bring this one into the underground portion of the stage. So it's not too bad. Again, AI a small bit aggressive, but it's really just a case of like resist the urge to drift in this car, because the Cadillac just does not enjoy doing that at all. Here one tiny bit just to break it out of the that turn, and again here when you land, just drift for a second just so you don't run up the wall on the inside. And yeah, like I mean, even a low tuned version of this, to be fair, the tuning doesn't make a huge difference to the Cien concept. It's never really that great. But like 42 seconds is doable with 2 to spare. With that, that's obviously a golden version of the car, but if you take that pathway around there, you should have relative ease of farming this out with that. And I would think the Hussarya, if anything, is going to be faster than that, because as much as the Aranera is a C-class car, it's still just, like, in my opinion, I would always prefer to be driving that. And yeah, the drop rate on those packs is really not great. Now, and I said I'd do a one blast in the Aranera Hussarya, and like, this car is golded, but definitely, like, using this pathway, it's pretty easy enough to get the time, I would think. I actually did one run already in this car and got put into a wall by the AI, but still managed to make it 43 seconds, which, yeah, that was including like getting wrecked into where that hot dog stand is. Again, AI increasingly aggressive. I like Game Loft, stop killing me. But no, it's really just a case of yeah, you have to kind of watch out, because the AI don't crumple now as easily when they like push up against the side of your car. They used to be a lot more susceptible to nitroing, just kind of breaking them into pieces. But yeah, this one can drift a bit at least, just don't let it scrape too much off the wall. And yeah, just one little kick in there, and be wary of that left side wall inside there. Some cars do like to like roll up along there. If you've ever gone down there in a Bugatti Chiron, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, this thing is definitely a beautiful car. But like, if you're missing these cars, yeah, you're gonna have trouble with the special events from things like the Legend Pass anyway, because like things like the Aranera, the Cien concept and stuff, like those are all cars that are kind of available freely, like here and there in different car hunts and stuff. And if you are missing these kind of base cars and the Grand Sport as well, which is required in that legacy portion of this event, yeah, definitely, like there's a lot more to focus on than trying for those special events. Like going for that Valhalla or the Speed Tail would be very difficult in a garage where you're missing cars, you know, as kind of entry level, I'd say, as the Cien concept, the Hussarya and the Grand Sport anyway. So if you are missing out on these ones, maybe skip the Legend Pass and just focus on like just the free to play content, because there is quite a lot of that. There's car hunts every week, and yeah, there's a lot more that you can kind of be powering up in a garage, rather than going into a special event where you're going to miss out on the cars anyway from there, because your garage won't be at a level where you can kind of compete in those events. Now, the exclusive event then, and yeah, people mentioned already, knockdowns, barrel rolls, perfect nitros. Like, just to pretty much doing those by dividing them up. So like, yeah, you may not be able to do each one of these together in the same race, but you can just probably come back in here and do it repeatedly. What I would always do with something where they have a lot of strange requests, especially perfect nitros, because that's never going to be really too useful to gaining speed and a good time. So where you've got this kind of a quest, it might be an idea to just like forget those while you're getting the blueprints, and then just come back in here and like specifically go out of your way to get the knockdowns, the barrel rolls, the perfect nitros. Again, like I said, that's one that's very counterintuitive to a good time. But 38.5 seconds with a Corvette Grand Sport. Now, jump cut, because I did try and actually do a few of the goals with this one together, and yeah, landed at 38.6. So it's definitely going to be needed to go airborne with this one. You can't just go like on the flat portion of the track, because the Vet really doesn't have that good top speed for this one. But during the landslide portion, like here, you want to just put the side of the car up against the portion of the land which is sliding down, just so that you get like a fairly stable run along this. And yeah, just have to push you like that, should be okay. And aim perfect off at the end then for that gold nitro bottle. AI, shoot. But yeah, you want to go up along here with, again, stay left as much as possible, because there is a barrel roll ramp, and don't hit it too high, because yeah, you can get like a lot of air in that. And again, hard left here the whole time. And yeah, see, like that speed in the air with this car, 277 miles an hour, like that is going to be kind of needed for it, because like, yeah, it's the Grand Sport just isn't that fast a car to go like flatland with this. And you can see they're just leaving it like against the wall, but just imperfect off will give you a bit of a shunt forward. AI trying to crack that back wheel, but yeah, just pop up. Careful of the snow on the left hand side initially, and then just shoot in there just for the barrel roll ramp, taking it like you see there below the lights. And then when you're coming around here again, it's very, very kind of important with those ones. Make sure like you're kind of on or below the light portion of that, because otherwise, if you send the car high there, you'll just shoot out over the mountain and spend ages in the air. And you really don't want to. What you want to do is like kind of hug close to above the road as much as possible. And yeah, just shoot the car along. 37.8. But again, that's in a gold version of the Grand Sport, so it's like that's definitely not an easy run to do. Yeah, and I did see a fair few players missing out on those 3 blueprints for sure, but hopefully that kind of helps. And you can see the pathway that I'm using there for that, and like there is 0.7 of a second, so it's 3/4 of a second to spare with the yeah, from a golden Grand Sport for sure. Now, and that's going to be it getting unlocked for me. I just said I'd include this, so let's see like kind of how much it took. And yeah, I just did some runs of that. So there's blueprint number 45. Now I had 15 and 46. So I had 15 coming into this from getting them in the Legend store. But I also did say, cool. Yeah, I also did all the runs for the Aranera and the Cadillac Cien Concept. And then, yeah, around 50 combined of these packs. So, yeah, the drop rate isn't too awful. I farmed out fully that other event as well in the Himalayas. And, yeah, I've got to say, like, around 250 random packs. They seem to give a drop every, like, kind of 2 or 3 runs. So, yeah, I'll probably see maybe the 3rd star on this one. From this event, but I definitely won't be able to max it out from this unless I get exceptional good luck. Of course, there's a couple of blueprints as well coming in from the store, but here we go. One DBS Superleggera, and my route to yeah, 100%ing the career opens up again as well. So, because yeah, that's it's a pretty cool car, but you know, it is what it is. It's a very strange kind of portion of the Switch garage because of that Batista event messing up. Yeah, I did mention like as well that car is required. I'm not actually sure if there's a star requirement for that, but I can just check for 2 seconds here, because That is Superleggera, and it is the portion of the career and large hill, a hunted mission, lower rank I think than is needed for this one. I just see, yeah, it would be fine to do that because obviously the rank required there is 2600 rating, so you can do that at 1 star and I'll be able to complete this mission of the thing. The only thing is, realistically, I'm not gonna superly charge up that car right now because yeah, I'm just going to use it as a thing to drop some of those upgrades into over the next couple of days and see kind of how yeah, that helps out with those daily quests obviously for this weird 2-week season that we get in the middle. For my other thing, I'm sure I can find a different car to drop an epic portion into, just to, yeah, just been like fixing up some of my garage here. This needs a handling epic. Enough. Bop. Yeah, there you go. 480 GTB, now golden. So but yeah, that's just kind of like a few people have asked why I keep all those epic import parts and stuff in my garage, and realistically, if a car is not needed, I usually tend not to bother applying stuff to it, so I just drop in stuff here and there to get things yeah, golded. Obviously I got this one finished off the last day as well, which I think is a really nice, another nice golden gem inside the garage. But yeah, like when it comes to this car hunt, really it's a bit odd. I mean, that time in the Himalayas thing, it's I've seen it's thrown quite a few people just in terms of how hard that is, and I could possibly see that maybe getting adjusted. I'm not sure, but it is one that I would definitely say, like, it's a 30-second run and the event is here for 2 weeks, so yeah, you like practice it. You see the run there, you see the way I do it. Realistically, the Grand Sport is a really forgiving car, so if you do like a couple of runs of that, you'll probably end up pulling off the run at least one time. And yeah, it's there for the next 2 weeks anyway, so good luck with it. And if there's any advice and stuff like that, just give a shout down in the comments. Otherwise, as I say always, guys, there's a sub button up there over my head. If these videos help you out, give that one a click. Definitely check out that video for myself and Ziggy. We put a lot of time and work into it. Admittedly, it's an hour long, but if you're having a cup of tea and playing some multiplayer in Asphalt, maybe chuck that on. Imagine it's a live stream, but yeah, we're just chilling out, and it's just a lot of information about the upcoming British season and the Speedtail special event and the Valhalla special event. A lot of other bits and pieces based on the American season and the game's performance and stuff, so check those out. And yeah, there's other videos for my channel here and here. And as always, guys, drive safe and good luck hunting this guy.